Here it is, folks. Here it bloody is. The final set of matches for some of the nations out in the Nations League. Tomorrow we'll have the rest. Today, it's the best. Let's get into it. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we take a look at match day number 6 out in the Nations League, part 1, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Nations League related, Papa Rovers related. Whoa, football related, we got it all here, boys. Under one roof. That's right, boys and girls. Of course, I'm a little bit late. Yes, indeed. I had a lot of chaos and turmoil over here on my side of the fence. So my schedule's kind of a little bit out of whack. Hopefully we can kind of get through the next few days and try and get the videos up to date and out there for you guys to enjoy and to get your picks in, of course, because this is an important time in the Nations League. We'll get to that in a minute. Of course, a big shout out right here, right now to the patrons. I really do appreciate the support, guys. You know, it does give you that extra kick on each and every day to get out of bed nice and early, bang out the videos, so we can build a lovely community together. And I've seen that quite lively on the old live streams. And again, I was hoping to do some more live streams this week, but probably because of my issues over here at the moment, we probably ain't going to have those. But anyway, regardless of that, let's take a look at how we all got on last time around then, pal. See you, man. Aye. Well, of course, we're in the Scottish shirt in honour of the lads, the likely lads who got themselves to the Euros, which we'll cover extensively on this channel. So make sure you bang the follow, bang the subscribe, wherever you may be. So let's take a look at it then, shall we? These are the games that took place. When was it? Took place on Saturday the 14th of November. Here we go. And again, we do have a live action Nations League, which is kind of coming to a close. We will have the final prediction show, or these are the final ones for this, but we'll of course have the semi-finals and finals, which I think will take place next year to wrap it up. So it's kind of come to a close, but we'll have a look at it. So let's kick it all off with Portugal against La France, of course. And that was a 1-0 win for France. Actually, remember the 2-1 win for Portugal. The one only goal scores N'Golo Kante, of course. He doesn't score many goals, but that was not a bad one as well to put France in control with the 3 points. Meanwhile, Sweden against Croatia was a 2-1 win for Sweden. Actually, remember the 1-0 win for Sweden, so not too bad there. Dejan Kulusevski on the score sheet. Marcus Danielsson as well. Marcus Danielsson also managed to put the ball in the back of his own net to give Croatia a bit of hope. But unfortunately, it was too little too late. Sweden take the 3 points. Germany against Ukraine. That was a 3-1 win for Germany. Leroy Sané on the score sheet. Team winner with the race. Roman Jemacek took the lead for Ukraine. And I got that one bang on the nose. That's right, boys and girls. So fair play to me. Fair play to the Germans. Meanwhile, the Swiss took on Spain. Guess what? 1-1 in the end. I got that one bang on the nose as well. I think what's his mate? Maple. He missed Sergio Ramos missed a couple of penalties, which could have given Spain the victory. But Ramon Fuller gave Switzerland the lead. Gerard Marino giving Spain an equaliser late in that game. With Nico Elvedi getting himself sent off for the Swiss. But they held on for the point, and that turned that group on its head a little bit. Meanwhile, Azerbaijan against Montenegro. No goals here. Called it, lads. Called it. 3 on the spin right there for me. Bang on the schnoz. Igor Ivanovic got himself sent off for the Montenegrins. Meanwhile, Cyprus beat Luxembourg 2-1. Actually, went with the draw. Yanis Koulousis with a big fat OG giving Luxembourg the lead. Vlad Selimanovic got himself sent off, which kind of turned the game around with Drigos Christanos smashing him with the resulting penalty, it looks like. And he also got the winner as well on the 70th minute to give the Cypriots a big fat W. Actually, went with the 1-1. Malta against Andorra was a 3-1 win for Malta. Actually, with a 1-0 win. Mark Rebels gave Andorra the lead with Amel Garcia, Jurgen Dagebrenga and Sean Demech on the score sheet for Malta as they took the 3 points as well. And got a 1-0 win myself. Latvia against the Faroes ended up as a draw. Vladimir Karmes on the score sheet for Latvia with Gutmar Vantimar on the score sheet for Faroes. But unfortunately, I went it wrong. I went with a 2-1 win for Latvia. And wrapping it up. It was a 0-0 draw between San Marino and Gibraltar. David Simonucci got himself sent off for the San Marinans. I actually went with a 1-0 win. So I got myself 5. I got myself 5 on you. Can you keep up with me? There's a few of you guys up there. There might have even been a 6. We'll have a little look at it in a second. But right here, right now, let's take a look at the elusive groups then, shall we? So we know just where we stand in the older Nations League. So here we come. Here's a quick look at the groups. So the ones that we're really focusing on are the ones that are in action today. So France currently lead the charge over in Group League A, Group B at 3. I can't get over it. It's 3.8, 8.3. They're 3 points clear off Portugal. Again, it's pretty much close to the money. A win for Portugal in the next game and a defeat for France could see Portugal go through, of course, to redefend their title in the next stages in the semi-finals. Meanwhile, over in League A, Group 4, Germany lead the charge by 1 point. A draw or more will see Germany go through as winners. Spain, though, of course, will be hosting Germany in this one, and we'll be taking a look at that one in a little bit. Of course, Switzerland, they look like they're doomed unless they pull out something miraculous against Ukraine. Meanwhile, Croatia and Sweden have it all to do as well in their group to avoid relegation. Who else do we have? We do have Azerbaijan, Montenegro. In League C, Group 1, Montenegro lead it by 1 point. It could not be closer. It could not be closer. It could be the same at the bottom. Cyprus and Azerbaijan, of course, winner gets promoted to League B. And then, of course, the loser, I think, gets relegated to League D. And that's what you don't want. Cyprus looked good at one stage. But right here, right now, they needed a result against Azerbaijan. Of course, alongside them, bad boys, we have this one, League D, Group 1, the Faroes. They look like they're destined for promotion. They're getting 3 points, just 3 points clear of Malta. Anything can happen. Malta could squeeze in there, but also anything can happen in the other way. Latvia against Andorra, with Andorra looking nailed on for the relegation spot, or at least the bottom of the pop spot. And the same can be said in League D, Group 2. It looks like it's Gibraltar's to lose. They have a win or bust game, it looks like, against Liechtenstein to wrap this baby up. San Marino, toast. Absolute toast. The picks, that's the groups. Let's take a look at your guys' pick-a-roonies. And again, there's the criteria. Not 2, you're in the straight face gang. 3 to 6, just like me, you're in the straight face club. And then 7+, you're in the top bins, lads. In the top bins. Well, we bloody well go. Arandia Manjantovic, you did all right. Zach Mitter did bits with an edit. Neil Galilei also with an edit. Not too shabby. Ziga ZZ did okay. Matt Gunner did bits. Cup Skills did poop. Nathan Eva, brother, you did shocking, but it's okay. Ivan Stringer did poop. Walsh Design did all right. Astros X with an edit. He did shit. But he did a fair play edit. If you're going to edit, you're going down with flames. That's good, brother. Rude Elzinga did shite. Arushki Sharushki also did okay. Ivan Petrovic did poop. Master Fighter not too shabby. Everybody else also with an edit did ghastly. LG and Cal not too shabby, brother. Well done, well done, well done. Simon Rex did bits. We are QPR also did very well. Shane O'Donnell, well done, well done. Patreon, but you did poop. Cunningham also did very well. Well done, well played. Meanwhile, Escaville, we'll get to you in a minute. Hansworth did bits. Olaji Ojo, he did all right. Jonathan Liu, not bad, brother. Omar Escaville, not too shabby indeed. Yannick Buster did bits. Alexander Santos did okay. Costas K, he's okay, not too bad. Honza did okay. Nicholas Merkus, not too shabby. Fist for fun, or First for fun. Fist for fun's a bit cheeky. First for fun did poop. Ilmachiton also did okay. Kuchanovic did poop. Game in Charlie, not too shabby. Declan did bits. And Fernando Jose Garamund did all right. And this is the leaderboard for this week and this week alone. Shane O'Donnell, close your eyes, brother. Close your bloody eyes. I got myself 5, which would have put me Prediction King material. But Game of Charlie, Master Fighter, and Nicholas Merkus did the top bins for them. So they are, of course, respect for them, bad boys. They are your Prediction Kings this week and this week alone. But who is your overall king, Ping? Will bow down to your king. I think there's multiple kings at the moment. And it is Costas K. No, it's only Costas K. He's nicked it by a point. Wow. He is your king. Bow down to the Costas K Meister. Jonathan Liu and Ultra Mirror are breathing down his neck, though. Any little slip-ups in the next couple of videos, guess what? It could all go tits up for you, Vala. And also, Shane O'Donnell, not too bad, in the top 10 as well. Game in Charlie, as well as LG and Cal, make that top 10 as well. Bianca Ball not too far away either. So let's get into the deep end, folks, and take a look at what you think is going to happen in this match. Match day number 5, 6.1. So we're going to kick it all off with Croatia against Portugal. And these two sides played each other 6 times in the past. No wins for Portugal. No wins for Croatia so far. 5 wins for Portugal and 1 draw. The last time they played was actually in the Nations League earlier in the campaign. It was a 4-1 win for Portugal. Jorge Cansalio, Diogo Jota, João Felix and Andre Silva on the score sheet. Back in Portugal, Bruno Brtagovic on the score sheet for Croatia. However, last time they played each other in Croatia, I believe was, I don't know, it might have been a friendly. It was a 1-0 win for Portugal. However, they also played in the European Championships in 2016. It was a 1-0 win for Portugal and looks like an overtime win. So, yeah, Portugal having the better of Croatia in the previous occasions. Heading into this, Portugal, of course, won defeat the past 4 for them. That was, of course, France last time around. Meanwhile, Croatia just 1 win the past 4 for them as well. When I say, so go back to Portugal, 1 defeat in the past 4, sorry. And that was against France. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Croatia one win in the past 4. That was against Sweden. 2-1 win in Croatia, of course. Their only other game besides that Sweden game when they played at home in the Nations League was a 2-1 loss to France. But what's going to happen here? Of course, let's take a look at the bookies odds then on this one. We do have them. I believe they are in the house. Do we have them? We do. 13-5 for Croatia. 5-2 is your draw. Even Stevens for Portugal. Of course, Portugal looking a must-win scenario for them. Need to win this to either just to remain in the conversation with France for the title on this. So I'm going to go with a big fat hairy 2-1 win. 2-1 win indeed for Portugal. Just give themselves a bit of hope as France take on Le Suède, of course, in the next match. So 2-1 win for them. Meanwhile, France take on Sweden. This will be the 23rd time that these two nations have locked horns. The previous 22, 11 wins for France, 6 wins for Sweden, and 5 draws. Ain't no slouches, Sweden. The last 6, though, 4 wins for France, 2 wins for Sweden, and no draws. Last time the picture that was in Sweden, it was a 1-0 win for France. Kylian Mbappe as well, back in September 2020. Last time the picture that in France was a World Cup qualifying campaign in La France. It was back on 11th 2016. It was a 2-1 win for La France. Pogba and Dimitri Payet on score sheet. Emil Forsberg as well. Heading into this, though, France unbeaten in the Nations League, winning 4 and drawing 1 of their games so far. On the flip side, Sweden just winning once. Of course, that was against Croatia last time around. Are they going to come in with a bit of a spring in their step? You never bloody know. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? 20-11 on France. Are your stone cold favourites? 11-4 is your draw. 11-2 is your away win. That is Sweden. Of course, a win for France nails them on to go through to the finals when they're likely to take on maybe England or England, Spain, Germany, something like that. I don't know. Maybe not England because I don't think they're going to make it. But I'm going to go with the France on this one with a 2-0 win. So in my eyes, it looks like France are there. But again, we'll have to wait and see for the actual results. Next up, we have España up against Germany. Now, this is a fruity one. Now, these two nations have played each other 24 times to pass. 7 wins for Spain, 9 wins for Germany, and 8 draws. The last 6, though, sees 3 wins for Sweden, 3 wins for Spain, 1 win for Germany, and 2 draws, including a draw when they played each other in Germany. It was back in September 2020. Timo Werner and Jose Gallea on score sheet for Spain. Meanwhile, last time they played each other in Spain was a 1-0 win for Germany back in 2014. It was a friendly. Toni Kroos on the score sheet as well. Heading into this, Germany unbeaten in the last 4, picking up 2 wins and 2 draws. The flip side, Spain came into this back-to-back games without a win, drawing to Switzerland last time and losing to Ukraine. I was going to say Ukraine, I don't know, but they're losing to Ukraine. So this one's a bit of a tight one. Of course, Spain would probably still be the favourites. 11-8 for the victory, 50-8 for Germany. It does look like that in the old bookies. 12-5 is your draw. And again, winner takes all. Spain win, they go through to the finals. Germany draw or win, and guess what? They go through to the finals. I believe Germany will nick something out of this with a 2-2 draw. Hopefully it's lively, hopefully it's entertaining, and hopefully I get the prediction bang on the nose. Meanwhile, same sort of deal. Is it a loser goes home or something in this between Switzerland and Ukraine? These two nations have played each other 3 times in the past, 2 draws and 1 win for Ukraine. That's right. The last time they played each other was in fact in Ukraine. It was a 2-1 win for the Ukraine back in September 2020 in lockdown. Of course, Andrei Yarmolenko and Andrei Alexander Sinchenko on score sheet for Ukraine. Haris Sarajevic on the score sheet for the Swiss. Last time they played each other in Switzerland was a 2-2 draw back in 2010. Alexander Fry with a couple of goals there. Alexander Aleliev and Yevgen Konoplyanka on the score sheet for Ukraine in a 2-2 draw. Heading into this, the Swiss have only lost once in the past 4. That was against Spain. They've drawn the previous 3. On the flip side, Ukraine have actually won once in the past 4 in the campaign. In fact, on the situation in the table, Ukraine picking up 2 wins so far out of the 5 Nations League games. The Swiss yet to get a victory, and actually 3 points separate 2 sides, with the goal difference favouring the Swiss. So a win for Switzerland puts them in command of the relegation fears. Of course, look at the bookies odds on this one. 11-8 for the victory for the Swiss. 13-5 is your 15-4 is your away win. That is Le Ukraine. For me, I'm going to go with Le Swiss to get their first win, and an important one as one to stay in this group for the next time the Nations League comes around, if it does come around indeed. So 1-0 win for me. Next up, we have Luxembourg up against Azerbaijan. Now, these two nations have played each other 4 times in the past, 1 win apiece and 2 draws heading into this one. Of course, last time they played each other was in Azerbaijan in the Nations League. It was a 2-1 win for Luxembourg. That's right, back in September 2020. Ramiel Seniendev on the score sheet for Azerbaijan, with Anton Krustik, a big fat OG, and Gegerson Rodriguez on the score sheet for Luxembourg. From the penalty spot, Maya Maya Anana getting himself sent off for the Azerbaijanis. Last time they played each other in Luxembourg was a 0-0 draw back in the World Cup qualifying campaign in 2013. Nothing to report there. Heading into this, the Luxies, 2 wins and 2 defeats in the past 4 games. They're coming to this in second spot. And of course, a win would put them right in contention to get themselves promoted into Nations League B. How madness is that? On the flip side, Azerbaijan come into this the past 4 games, just 1 loss. That was against Montenegro, of course, and they come into this in third. It's too little too late, though. They cannot make up second spot, so it's basically keeping themselves out of trouble. Cyprus is lingering around to try and get themselves out of that relegation spot. Anyway, look at the bookies odds on this one. 20-19 on Luxembourg are your favourites. 21-10 is a draw, and 10-3 is Azerbaijan, of course. I like Luxembourg, been there a few times. I'm going to go with the 2-1 win purely because of that. And that's right. Next up, we have Montenegro taking on Cyprus. Of course, now these two nations played each other 4 times in the past. 1 win for Montenegro, nothing for Cyprus, and 3 draws, of course. The last time I played each other was in Cyprus. It was a 2-0 win in the Nations League. Steven Joktovic on the score sheet for Montenegro with a couple of goals. Last time I played each other in Montenegro was a 1-1 draw back in 2009. It was a World Cup qualifying campaign, and Miko Vucic on the score sheet for Montenegro with Yanis Okas on the score sheet for Lesipieto. Heading into this, Cyprus just 1 win the past 4, of course. That was against Luxembourg last time around. Meanwhile, Montenegro coming to this 1 defeat the past 4. That was against Luxembourg, of course. Heading into this bad boy. Quick look at the bookies odds then on this one. What do we have? 7-4 for Montenegro for the victory. 13-5 is your draw. 11-2 is your away win. That is Cyprus, of course. Again, bit of Cyprus. Montenegro are a bit savvy, though. They've got a good striker in their books, considering the lack of talent elsewhere. But I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Montenegro to nick it in the end. Andorra taking on Latvia, of course. Now, these two nations have played each other 8 times in the past. No wins for Andorra, 5 wins for Latvia, and 3 draws. That's right. The last 6 sees no wins for Latvia. Sorry, no wins for Andorra, 3 wins for Latvia, and 3 draws. That's right, including a draw last time around in Latvia back in September 2020. 0-0 draw with Vladimir Skudikovic himself sent off. Meanwhile, last time they played each other in Andorra was also a 0-0 draw back in November 2018 with Valera Sabiala getting himself sent off as well. So back-to-back 0-0s, back-to-back red cards as well. So it could be a scrappy little contest as well. Heading into this, both nations looking for a win. They've yet to pick up a win all season out in the old Nations League, all campaign. But Latvia coming to this the past 4 games, picking up 3 draws and 1 defeat. On the flip side, Andorra coming to this 3 defeats and 1 draw. Kind of flip-flopped the old form books there. But basically, they both need a win. Look at the bookies odds on this one then, shall we? What do we have on this? We have Andorra 10-3 for the victory, 5-2 is your. Latvia are 6-5 for the victory. Nailed on. That's what you would say on this one. And I've gone with a 1-1 draw. Yes, a surprise victory or another point in the bag. And again, they'll end their campaigns with winless out in the Nations League. Next up, we have Malta up against the Faroes. These two nations have played each other 9 times in the past. 2 wins for Malta, 6 wins for the Faroes, and 1 draw. The last 6, though, sees 2 wins for Malta, 3 wins for the Faroes, and 1 draw as well. Last time I played each other was in the Faroes. There was a 3-2 win for the Faroes back in September, of course, in the Nations League 2020. Clement Anderson Olsen on the score sheet with his brother, Andre Lava Olsen as well on the score sheet with his other brother, Brando Hedrick Olsen, also on the score sheet as well for the Faroes. Meanwhile, Jürgen Delibedi and Andre August giving us goals for Malta to give them some consolation. A bit of fight. They actually took the lead in the game for a little bit, but they ended up with nothing. Last time I played each other in Malta was a 2-1 win for Malta back in March 2019. That was a European qualifying campaign. Kirian Nwonku and Stephen Borg on the score sheet with Jakob Ludwig Thompson on the score sheet for the Faroes. Andre August got himself sent off for Malta on this one. Always in the headlights. Always in the headlines. Heading into this, the Faroes come into this unbeaten in 4. The same can be said for Malta, with both nations picking up 2 wins and 2 draws along the way. Quick look at the bookies odds on this one then. What do we have on this? 50-8 for Malta, 21-10 is your draw, 8-5 is your Faroe Islands, of course. The situation with this bad boy, Faroes top of the pops at the moment. A draw will see them go promoted, bloody well, up to the Nations League C. So anything more than that and they're through. I've gone with a 1-1 draw which will seal the bloody deal. The Faroes will get promoted to League C. Who would have thunk it? And finally, let's wrap this sucker up. Gibraltar up against Liechtenstein, and this will be the 5th time that these two nations have played. The previous 4, 2 wins for Gibraltar, 1 win for Liechtenstein, and 1 draw. That's the pleasure that was in Liechtenstein. It was a 1-0 win for the Gibraltars back in the 10th of the 10th, big day around this house with Andre Dabar on the score sheet for Gibraltar. Meanwhile, last time pleasure in Gibraltar was a 2-1 win for Gibraltar. Gibraltar in the Nations League. Last time around, 2018, it was a 2-1 win for Gibraltar with George Caballera and Joseph Girapola on the score sheet for Gibraltar, with Denis Salinovic on the score sheet for Liechtenstein. Heading into this, Gibraltar come into this unbeaten in the old Nations League this time around, 2 wins and a draw. Meanwhile, Liechtenstein are in second spot and mathematically have a shot at top spots if they were to beat Gibraltar. They've come into this 1 win, 1 draw and 1 defeat. 4 points on the board for them. Look at the bookies odds on this one then. 30-8 for Gibraltar, 2-1 is the draw, 15-8 to Liechtenstein. It is tight as you can get. But I believe in the Rock. Yes, I do. Gibraltar will smash take these bad boys to the house and again probably seal themselves promotion to get their asses kicked in League C next time around. But that's what I think, of course, how it happened in the old Nations League this time around. Be sure to get your picks in nice and early for this. Of course, if you stick around the channel today, we hope to get the next match predictions out for the final games of the Nations League group stages. Of course, I'm a little bit behind the times. I'm going to try and record these back to back. So make sure you stick around for those bad boys. These ones will be live shortly. The next ones will be live just behind the corner. Anyway, until then, though, be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up. Of course, smash your subscribe. If you want to support the channel in another way, check out the links down below to my other channels on there: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, we are always looking for patrons trying to improve the content as we move forward. But until then, though, hopefully you've enjoyed it so far. The Nations League is about to close. Will your team be happy? Will your nation be glorious? We'll take a little look at it in the next video shortly. Until then, I'm out.